Hey, what's up? Welcome, friends. I'm Wes Sample, and this is the Wes Sample Podcast.
I have no sound.
Tuning in. I want to thank producer Joe for setting us up with his cool podcast. And yes, you are seeing blur
What?
right here. We're charging ahead. There's something
I have
wrong
no
with
sound.
Hey, Rick says he can't hear
Rick.
us.
Oh, there it is. Okay, I heard you now.
Can you
You
hear
can-
Wes?
Yeah, I heard him when he just said, Rick said he can't hear us.
All right, the plan's working.
Okay,
All right.
now we're back.
You can hear me now, Rick.
Are you frozen, Wes?
Can you hear me now, Rick?
Somebody's.
Oh my God, does this mean I have to be on the whole time?
You could. I guess you'll have to be on the whole time, Joe.
My sound go
Nobody
away
wants
again?
to see this. Rick, can you hear us?
You can't hear us, Rick?
I was there.
He was there. What do you think, Joe?
Uh-oh. Well, I'm
Austin.
going to give it a second. He's resetting or something. Rick? Rick, can you hear us, Rick?
Well, this is very odd.
Wes, keep talking.
Wes,
Let's see
just
what I
use
can
sign
do.
language.
Yeah, can you hear us?
Okay, apparently you guys can hear me,
Yes.
but I cannot hear you.
Yeah. So I'll do sign language through the whole show. I don't know. What do we do, Joe?
I'm gonna send him a message right here. Everybody will see it, but
Do we start over?
nope, can't.
Okay, are you guys saying anything?
Ay, ay, ay.
Nope, nothing at all.
Okay, hold on. Let me
So-
try this.
This is a little behind the scenes.
Technical difficulties.
Yeah, it's weird. In the green room, we could hear each other. We could talk to each other. Everything was fine.
Yeah.
Rick, try it all over again. Go back to your email. Even though you
Okay,
can't
you
hear me,
guys
I'm
there?
still yelling. Can you hear us?
I can.
I don't think you guys are there. What the hell's
Oh
going
my
on?
God.
You can't hear us. Oh, Lordy.
Well, Wes, and why don't you go ahead and get started and tell us what you've been up to in your absence?
Yeah, Joe, I kind of want to do
Rick.
how.
Reclick
Yeah.
the show link, start again. Okay, I'll be right back.
Yeah, I don't really want to. Yeah, I'd rather start off right.
Well, the funny thing is that we are live right now.
Yeah.
Craig can see you. What's up, Craig?
Yeah.
Craig's a good dude.
Yeah, he is. Yeah, I don't want that. I'd rather start from the beginning and have a great show. I don't. Hello, Rick.
Yes, hello. I'm here.
Can you hear?
Wow, you can hear us.
Yes. What I missed for the last 4 minutes.
Oh, Lord. Okay, I guess we're going to go, huh, Joe?
Let's go for it. We're already live. We'll lose everyone if we shut it down.
Hello.
I think we already did. Hey, we're back. We're on. You can hear me now, Rick, correct?
I can hear you. Yes.
Thank God. All right. Dude, thanks for coming on the show, man.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yeah, sorry about the rocky start there. Technical stuff, you know how that goes. We did radio together years ago. Remember
Many
those
years
days?
ago. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, Ricky,
Hi.
this is about you. Me and you started doing comedy right around the same time, back at the Comedy Store, all those crazy times. We did radio together. We've just been comedy buddies forever. You've been touring. You're an international headliner, Ricky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true. Yeah.
Where can people catch you? Where can people catch you?
Well, my next show is tomorrow at the Desert Ridge Improv in Phoenix.
There you go.
That's yeah. And then I do other shows here and there.
He does. I swear to you. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So welcome back to my podcast, guys. I had 2 before, and then I had this wild hair to go to Alaska.
That's really why I'm here. I want to hear your Alaska stories.
Exactly. I want to tell you. You're my closest buddies. I think I called you when I was up there, didn't I? A little bit, or I was communicating.
Yeah.
with you.
No, I talked to you.
You did. Yeah, it was just the beauties of Starlink. So, so I got into this a couple years ago. A friend of mine, my buddy Jerem, I met him a couple years ago, and he's a master like gardener, landscaper, and I was working with him, and he just started talking about how he'd go to Alaska every year and fish for like 4 to 5 weeks and make a butt ton of money. And he invited me up one year, and I'm like, I don't know, I was kind of afraid of the ocean, and I mean, I'm a surfer, but I'm afraid of that deep ocean going out too far.
It's a different ocean, yeah. It's not like your surfing ocean. I've seen the deadliest catch. It's a different ocean.
The cold abyss, yeah.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I get a wild hair. I'm like, sure, I need a little bit of money, I want to get some money together to do a comedy tour, another Baja tour like that you went on with me. I think I still owe you a little money from that. But anyway, my buddy says, hey, just fly up without a ticket. That's what I did 20 years ago, and I found a job, and it's going to be fine. I said, all right.
When you say fly up without a ticket, you mean a return ticket, right?
Return ticket, yeah.
You had a ticket to get there. You didn't sneak on board or anything.
Thanks for clarifying.
You don't even need a ticket. Just sneak on board.
Yeah. Well, knowing me, and you know me, Rick, I might do cut something like that.
I know. That's why I wanted to clarify.
All right. So yeah, I buy a ticket up. I get to town before Jerem, and mind you, I've never been to Alaska, and so I'm getting on the plane. And he's like, "Hey, by the way, when you get there, keep your head on a swivel. There's bears, I'm like, in the town?" And he's like, "Yes, in the town." So, like walking in the town. He said, "Yes, walking in the town." So I get there. It's raining. I go into this restaurant, and these girls are looking at me like, "Yeah, we got a greenhorn on our hands." Just fresh. I have my San Diego Padres hat on, and all tanned up. And so anyway, long story short, the boys arrived the next day, and Jerem's captain is actually this guy Crosby Levine that was on the Deadliest Catch. Just a burly guy, 6'4", just built, and get to hang out with these guys, and a couple of days with their young crew members. Just, you go up to I flew into King Salmon, Alaska. You've been to Alaska, right, Rick?
I have.
You did some shows?
Not to fish. Yeah, it was just comedy.
Yeah.
There's no bears or fishing or any of that stuff.
Yeah. So, I fly into King Salmon, and it's in the Bristol Bay area, which is world-renowned sockeye fishing. Have you ever had sockeye, Rick? Salmon?
Yeah, it's I don't know the difference. I just know salmon. I really don't. I know.
Sockeye is the tastiest, in my opinion. And king salmon's really good too. The big kings are really good. But so anyway, I get up here into the Bristol Bay area and start talking to people. I'm trying to get a job. I apply at a construction company. I think, cool, I'm going to get a construction job. I'll be on land. I'll just be like, nah, got the, don't want to go out to sea or whatever. But so I did that interview. I think I was going to get the job, but they waited so long that I went to a store, and there was a bulletin board, and they were looking for a set netter, Rick, which is there's different ways to fish for salmon. You can there's seining, which I don't know anything about seining. I don't even want to talk about it. I can't even say how they do it. Then you have drifting, which is it's a boat, I think 35 foot. There's different models and stuff, and they just drag nets. They pull nets,
okay.
And they pull them. But then there's set netting, which is kind of the old version. Way back, you put a rod in the sand right on the shore, and then your net's connected to it, and it goes out into where we were at, the Kvichak River in Bristol Bay, which Lake Iliamna, which is like the 8th largest lake in the United States, clear lake.
No way.
Fresh. this is where all the salmon come down. They come into this river, and then they come into these nets. So, and that's how you get these salmon.
And that's why you have the bears.
Exactly. So, I call this guy up, and he's like, "Come on down." I met him at this seafood processing place. It was AGS, Alaska General Seafoods. And so I come in there, knock on the door, and he's a native guy. His wife there, and his grandson, and this other there's a white guy from I think he was from Washington, and another native kid. And so the guy looks me up and down. He's like, "Are you Greenhorn?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'm afraid I am." And he's like, "How old are you?" And I'm like, 57. And he just looks me up and down. He's like, "What do you do?" And so we all sleep in one bedroom. Like, it's all these fishermen from all over the world. And there's Italians, there's some Portuguese guys, there's guys from the East Coast. It's just a bunch of men doing man shit up there, Rick. You know what I mean? And,
no, I know what you mean.
No, you don't. No.
Yeah. Like, no, that's not my life.
No. And so these are all characters, man. They're like not like people that I've ever met. Okay, these people are natives. I believe they're Yupik. I'm probably butchering it. I'm sorry, but it was cool. I thought, wow, I'm hooked up with the natives. This is going to be an experience. And let me tell you, man, it began and it got crazy, Ricky. And so we stayed there a couple days. He's talking about, how we're going to fish, this, that, and the other. And they jug up. They need to go get some jugs. All right. And I'm thinking, what is going on? And so
Some
they buy
jugs?
jugs. Yeah. Like bottles of vodka.
Oh, vodka. Okay.
Cheap vodka. And we go down to the docks, and we have all our supplies. We got our jugs of vodka. And they lower us all down we're on these skiffs, these like 25-foot skiffs. And these are the boats we're going to take like an hour and a half up river into Bristol Bay area on the Kvichak River. So we get up there, and we got slammed the whole way. The wind was coming in. I mean, this is the first thing I get. It's just like a bucket of water in my face, like, welcome to Alaska, I'm soaking
How
wet.
strong were the winds?
What's that?
How strong were the winds? How fast were they going?
It was probably like a 30-mile-an-hour wind when the first week. Yeah. And so we're going against the tide, and the wind's blowing. So there's this, everything in the boat's getting wet. Like, all our supplies are getting wet. I don't know why they didn't cover them, but a lot of supplies got wet. And so hour and a half later, we get up to this place called Cut Bank. And why they call it that is because over the years, the whole thing has been eroding. And this guy, my captain, used to have a place, but it since was, sucked up under the bay years ago. So he said like a half a mile of land is gone over the last 15 years.
Wow.
It's insane. Cut Bank.
Yeah.
He has there's little shacks spread out on the shoreline of this bay / river where the river comes out. And we get all the supplies out. You got to have full boots, long hip boots on so you don't get wet. And the area we were at was called Naknek, and we came up the Naknek River, which means muddy river. And it just is mud. The whole place is mud. You get out and you're in a foot of mud. Your feet are stuck. It's insane.
That's just crazy. You're 57 years old.
57, and I think I'm the oldest greenhorn ever up there doing that.
Yeah.
So we get all the supplies up, and they have these plywood shacks. And I'm like, this is home for a month. It's so the family was in the shack with their son, the native kid from another village that flew in, who was not playing with full deck. He was he'd like to talk to himself and look off into the great wherever, I don't know. But cool kid, I bonded with him. I don't know if there was drugs involved or what, but it started to get weird. Me and the one guy, the white guy from Washington, we shared a bunk, and the rest of them were in the one room. And the captain has me over and he's like, I just want to let you know I'm crazy. I'm crazy out there. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, now I am here. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, I'm not like that out there. And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, I don't even know what to tell you. I just get crazy out there. And I was like, all right, I'm ready for some crazy. Let's go get the fish. Yay, high five. I thought it was like, a good crazy. Like, let's go get some fish.
Yeah. Like he's all hyped. Like that kind of crazy.
So he came out and he's like, okay, you guys got to be ready. 5:30 tomorrow. We got low tide. High water's coming up, and all this stuff is like all new to me. I don't even know what he's talking about. It's like, I'll be there at the time. And you tell me what to do. And so we get down there and we load up the boat with all of our nets. And then one guy drives down the beach. He sets the anchor and we go out and we go after our fish. So we get out there and our net's ready to go. We come up under this net and there's a little bit of rough seas, and I start getting sick. I puke over the back. This is the first day. I'm screwed. And so we got a little bit of weather, and what happened is the boat went down, and the net comes over a roller, and so the boat goes down, the net goes up, and it hit me in the chest and threw me back like 3 feet in this boat. This is my first experience in the boat, Ricky.
Yeah.
Are you with me so far?
Yeah, were they teasing you because you're like the new guy? There's like some hazing, like good natured,
Exactly. They kind of laughed it off, and then the native kid was just like, he'd just be smoking cigarettes, and pretty soon the captain's just calling him worthless. You're worthless. You said you had experience. Look at you. You're just a worthless POS. And I'm like, okay, is this going to be the entire time? And it pretty much was. The entire time. Yeah, we rode this poor kid. And I kept telling him, like, look, I think Nelson's he's got some issues. We need to help this man, not berate him constantly.
And he's out there working, man. You gotta help him. I mean, just being out there is like a huge attaboy,
Yeah,
being there.
Friggin' Alaska tundra, like, let's work with dude. Why work against him? But they constantly worked against this guy the whole time. It was insane. Joe, I don't know if you have any pictures of a guy passed out. Do you have that one where he's clutching his pack of cigarettes? Where's our producer? There he is. There he is. Yeah. That's my buddy right there after drinking about a half a jug. So
just straight? Like there's no like juice or anything with it? You're just drinking straight vodka?
Straight out of the jug.
Yeah, just like a Russian.
Yep. And so I brought him there, actually. He was passed out in the tundra, probably 20 yards off of the house. And so I grab him and I start dragging him in, and the captain comes out. He's like, what the hell are you doing? I'm taking him in, man. He's passed out. He's like, yeah, he deserves it. Leave him out there. I'm like, no, there's bears out here, dude. What are you talking about? He's like, no,
leave him for the bears.
Yeah. Well, I hadn't seen any bears at this point. So I drag him into their like breezeway and I go throw a blanket on him because I don't want this guy to die on my watch,
No.
Yeah. And he's a good kid. He's just, he's out there. And so a day and a half, that dude laid in the same place.
A day and a half?
Just about. Yeah, he'd wake up and he'd go back and lay down. But he fell into the bread. He fell like into the box of bread. So all of our bread was smashed for the rest of the trip. So every time I made toast, I was like, friggin' Nelson. But yeah, and then a couple nights later, a couple other natives came up and they were partying. And I didn't know what was going on. I was out being nature boy, kind of walking around, and I walk into this and I open the door. I'm like, hey, how's everybody doing? And they go, oh, it's a white boy. Look at the white boy. And I go, oh, yeah, I got to go do something. I'll see you guys later. And because it was a little intimidating. There was like 4 or 5 natives and they were kind of trash talking. And So I went back to my bunk and just locked the door. The next day, I see all the natives, and they're all just super cool. So they were just all jugged up and forgot what happened. So
Yeah.
it was just insane, bro.
How many days did it take? Were you there before you saw a bear?
It was actually about a week and a half in. We were out in this storm, and yeah, that's right out in front of our out of the cabin. It's only maybe 50 yards, 75 yards. A mama and 3 cubs, but they would come in nightly. But the first time I saw the bear was our captain let us off on the shore because our net was in low tide and we had fish in the net. So we had to get these fish out of the net, and there's a storm going. So there's like 40-mile-an-hour winds, and I'm pretty outfitted. I got my hood on and I'm feeling pretty good. I've been tooting on
Did they give you that stuff, or did you buy it?
What's that?
Did they give you all the equipment and like all your weather gear? Because I know you don't have that stuff living in Mexico and San Diego.
No. Yeah, so they had the rubber boots and the rubber overall coverall, all this stuff. And I brought a good Carhartt for the wind, and I brought beanies, stuff like this. And
I don't know what you came with.
Yeah, and so I was pretty outfitted. And so the native kid's down by the water, and I'm up closer to the shore, and I'm on my knees. I've been tooting on my vape. I'm feeling like, yeah, I'm doing something. I'm out here in Alaska. This is crazy. And I look up, and there's a bear like probably 50 feet from me. Look, I lost you, Ricky. There you are.
Oh, yeah.
50 feet from me, and I'm just awestruck, and like I can't even move. I'm just frozen. And about that time, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get my camera out, at least videotape the last moments of my life.
Yeah. Famous last words right there. Oh, look, a bear.
And so, yeah, and I got some good footage of him, and it was amazing. And the native kid come up, he's like, oh, don't worry. And he's just like, oh, bear, go away, bear. And the bear went away. Yeah.
Bear's like, okay.
It was a wild, and that was a bad day too, because the storm was crazy. I was freezing. And you really you don't get much sleep up there because you're fishing with the tides. So you go low tide, high tide. You're always, picking fish, man. And then you're always doing something back at camp. There's always something to do. Cutting firewood, cooking. I did a lot of the cooking. Yeah, it was just amazing. It was a crazy time.
How many days were you there for?
Oh, dude, we're up there. I was out in the tundra for 4 weeks at this, out in the middle of nowhere. I like to call it the tundra. It sounds like,
that's what it is.
But yeah, we had to dig a hole for our outdoor shitter. That was kind of cool. We had like a outdoor outhouse, and you had a full 360 video of the Alaskan tundra.
Nice.
Yeah. But sometimes mosquitoes, if the wind wasn't blowing and you had to use it, the mosquitoes would be biting you everywhere you can imagine.
So are you going back?
I'm thinking about it.
Or is it just like a one-time deal?
At first I thought it was, but like when I got up there, I was like, something brought me here. I don't mean to be all hippie about it, but yeah, it felt like something brought me, and I felt like I belonged there somehow. Like I'd always wanted to go. Like, mind you, I'm not like a crazy outdoorsman. I'm an outdoor lover. Like I go hiking, surfing, things like this, but I'm not like killing things all the time or, doing anything like that. I'm not like the crazy outdoor guy. But
yeah. You're not a survivalist. You're like a guy just like to be with nature.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, I'll kill shit if I have to, but really want to. But, and by the way, my air conditioner's broke right now. I'm sweating, profusely. But
that's
it's
quite the difference.
Yeah, better than freezing any day. So,
and you were there in July. You gotta go there in February.
Well, we might be doing comedy up there, Ricky. I met this sweet girl, and she was following my story, and we've been talking. And she wants to do some shows up there in Sitka, Alaska.
Sitka's great. I've been there.
It looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Was it?
That's what you see. There's no bears there. Instead, they have bald eagles.
There's bears there.
In Sitka?
Pretty sure, yeah.
I don't know. Because there's not like a lot of nature there. You know, it's an island. It's an island of people.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just a greenhorn.
Yeah. I was just there for a couple of days doing comedy, but nobody said anything about bears when I was there.
Wow.
I certainly didn't see any.
Yeah. But anyway, we're going to book some comedy shows up there. But yeah, I have a chance maybe to go out on a halibut and black cod boat in October and November. But these guys, they do long lining, which they have 40 to 50 miles of line is out. There's hooks on this line. It goes 40 to 50 miles. Yeah. It's super crazy. And then one of the hazards is, I guess sperm whale will, when they sperm whale hear the roller start pulling the fish in, they will go and start eating fish off these lines, these big sperm whale. I've seen the video of it, of them coming up, this big old sperm whale eating the fish off of the hooks. So that's kind of like one of the hazards. And the weather. The weather can get pretty gnarly. But I don't know. I might try it. I got to get more information on it. And it pays pretty good, I think. So we'll see. But I did all right for a greenhorn this year. I did all right. We only got like 63,000 pounds of salmon, which is it's not too bad. It was $1.65 a pound, and then I got a certain percentage out of that.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, and I mean the story is going on, bro. One night we were loaded up with fish, and we go out to this tender boat, which has 2 cranes on it, and it's a bigger boat, and it barely moves. But like in storms and stuff, you're moving, and you got to hook up to this tender boat so they can send the rope down and pull your bags of fish up. So one night they said, "Hey, we lost somebody. You know, I guess a kid fell off the back. He's like some 22-year-old kid, I think, fell off the back. Who went out in the boat on a drifter boat, not on a set net boat. But yeah, so they lost 2 people this year. They average about 1 or 2 people every year in the salmon season. But it's usually super preventable, you know.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well, if they fall in the water, though, they're pretty much a goner, right?
No.
Isn't the water? You can rescue them from the water.
Not there. It's in the 50s. You know, I mean, I think about a half hour and you start to get hypothermia, but you can fall in. They'll throw a sling out to you or something. But
yeah.
It doesn't happen so much with the drifters and sand. It's a couple times a year. You figure that many people moving around doing crazy stuff, something's gonna happen, you know.
Totally.
So
yeah.
But you know, you do it for the love of it, and it's pretty addicting. I wouldn't mind going back.
It's just funny how now you went from Alaska way up there, and now you're down San Diego, and you go to Mexico a lot. So I mean, just completely different worlds, you know.
It is. Yeah, I like it though. I've been spending like summers in Alaska fishing, and then coming down and doing comedy tours, you know, in Mexico.
Nice.
Yeah, or maybe down here in Panama. You thinking about Panama still?
I'm on the fence about that. There are a lot of pluses for it. Yeah, like I can live very nicely in Panama, and I'm looking at like a couple of different places I can live in. But then I go like, yeah, but then it'll be a house. We'll get them back to the States if I have to come back. They have daily flights, but it wouldn't be. I could just go like around the corner if I have to go like to. So
it takes
I'll go down there just for a few months.
You're gonna go check it out.
Yeah, I'll go down there for a few months, you know.
Nice.
Yeah.
So back to the adventure. It was cool. I learned a lot about the local wildlife. My captain knew a lot about the stuff around there. He'd been doing it for years and years. And then man, we got to eat a lot of salmon. That was good. I got to cook salmon.
I would hope so.
Yeah. And they had a smoker. they had a smoker, so they were dry smoking the salmon. I got to see them do that. It was super neat. Like, and then showering situation out there was kind of crazy. You don't really take showers, so we have there's a steam bath, kind of like what the natives do up there. I don't know the
what
one
the old
we.
cowboys used to do.
What's that, cowboys?
Yeah, I used to see like the old Western movies. They have like a like a tub, and they would just kind of sit in a tub, right?
No, this is like it's just a plywood shack. It has a 50-gallon barrel with a hole in it with a stovepipe.
You'd actually have water come out the top, like a
And
shower?
you put a steel bucket of water on top of it, and then you start this. I get this raging fire going inside this thing. So I'm in there naked, Rick, and I'm sweat. You start sweating, just sweating. And so we had the swamp water over here that we would get in the four-wheeler. It's like the water that's behind us in these little swamps. So that's what we're cleaning ourselves with. And and so you have the hot water up here, and then you have this little dipper, and you put a little cold water to get it tolerable. So you dump it on you, and then you lather all your, privates or whatever you want to clean. And then you dump the water over you, and you rinse off. And then when you walk outside, you get all this steam just comes off your body. It's pretty cool, and you feel like $1 million. But we did that once a week. So I had four bathing times up there in a month. That's the longest, river gone.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
But I know how we made it through. Is all the 800 ibuprofens that got me through this, and the vapes.
yeah. So tell me about some of your injuries. I did see a picture of your thumb being all damaged.
Yeah, both thumbnails gone. Smashed them somehow because you're just
Somehow
banging.
you don't even know how.
I think it was from just picking excessive fish the wrong way. Just a greenhorn idiot, yeah. Because you're grabbing so Ricky, the fish come in over the roller, and you're getting, sockeyes get 8 to 10, 12 pounds, I think, biggest. But then sometimes you get king salmons. They'll come in. They'll be like 40 pounds, and they'll come in. So you throw those. Yeah. And so it's like my captain was like, just think of these things as $10 bills, $20. So it was like 10, 20. And you got to get crazy over these fish. And so you throw them in, and then sometimes they're tangled up. There's different techniques to get the fish. You either eagle claw them right behind their eyes, and you squeeze, and then you pull it over the net over the dorsal and under the fin underneath, and you just work them out. But by the time you're done with this at the end of the month, you can't feel your hands. Your hands are numb. That one finger there is just jacked for life. I don't even know what happened to it. But yeah.
You still smell like fish?
What's that?
I said, do you still smell like fish?
Not still, no. But I got used to it.
It's one of those things that will never get off you,
No, it was weird. They weren't that stinky to me. I don't know. I just don't have a good sniffer or what, but they didn't bother me much.
Okay.
So I guess the sun's going down right in my face. Perfect. Yeah, I got a picture of me laying in the fish. It was pretty cool. Yeah, but you go out to these tender boats. There I am.
There you are. Yeah.
That was a good load of fish. And it's all, it's like a green jack and everything. When you come back in, we clean each other off with fresh water and stuff.
Okay.
And,
those are big fish.
That's a king salmon right there. That's a big one there. It's pretty big, like 30 pounds, I think.
Yeah, no, it looks big, yeah.
Oh, there's a smoked fish. That stuff was incredibly delicious.
Yeah, I bet.
Yeah, so we'd go out to these tender boats, and that's where they hook up your fish, and then they weigh them. They dump them in, and then they weigh them. They give you all the poundage, and they record that. They give you a receipt, and so at the end of the season, they tally up all your pounds. So
whose day? Is there like a? I said, whose day? Who paid you guys?
Well, the seafood. There's like Trident Seafood. There's AGS. There's Silver Bay. There's a few different ones that different fishermen work for.
So do you work for one of them, or do you work for all of them?
No, I was just working for. So I'm working for the captain, And so
Yeah.
he's got the permit, and then we work under his permit. But we had to have fishing licenses, which were $450 for the year. But he pays for those.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
What did you do your first day there? Because you said you arrived before the guy you knew, right?
Yeah.
And you the next day is when you made contact with people. So what did you do that first night? The first night you were in Alaska, you didn't know anybody, you didn't have a job yet. Where'd you go?
Boatyard where they were at, and well, actually, the guys from the Deadliest Catch were there. They came in early later that day when I got there, so I got to go hang out with them. That's Crosby right there. Yeah, super nice guy. The guy fishes around year round. He's going to Ohio to fish for sturgeon in, next month, and he's done crabbing and everything. And he brought his 14-year-old son along this time. But super cool guy. He gave me, I got my job, and I was having to rush off to get this job. And he's like, "Do you have a knife?" And I was like, "I don't have a knife." And so he around his belt, he's like, "Here, you can have mine."
Nice.
And I use that knife so much out there. And
You still have it?
I still have
it, right?
it.
Yeah, I would hope so.
Yeah. And so things got weird, out there towards the end. You're with that many these people in small quarters for a while. It starts to getting annoyed,
Totally.
And, so we end up, we're having to go back. I'm just gonna kind of wrap this up, the trip and everything. But there's a lot of other stories that I'll probably write in some book someday. But so we're getting ready to go back, and everybody's just sick of each other. That was my buddy Jerem that hooked me up with Alaska. I hated him and loved him the same. And so we get back, and we got to wait 2 or 3 days to get paid. And so we those guys get all jugged up, man. And one night, the wife and the captain are so wasted, and they know we're all sleeping there, and they're saying, "We're not going to pay these guys." And I'm listening to this. I'm like, "What's going on?" He's like, "Yeah, no, well, they were okay, but they don't deserve the percentage we're giving them. We should just," and she's like, "Yeah, don't pay them." And I'm like, "What is going on?" And so the next day I go to the company and I go, "Look, I signed up with this character and worked my ass off for him. And now he's saying he might not pay me." And they're like, "Okay, well, we know him, and he's actually pretty good at paying. So don't worry. It could have been they were all jugged up." Everybody said jugged up there. That was like the thing. And so on the final night, I'm just pussyfooting around this guy just to get paid, to make sure that my check gets sent out. And so he's like, "Hey, would you watch our grandson while we go out to the bar?" And I was like, "Yeah, no problem. Whatever. As long as you're gone, I don't have to hear you." And so they go out, and I love the grandson. We talked about video games and all this stuff all night, and then went to bed. And this guy comes home and jumps on me in the middle of the night, as I'm sleeping, fully on me. And so I just automatic instinct grab him and throw him across the room because I have no idea what's going on. And I'm like, and he's like, you could kick my ass, go ahead. And I'm like, "No, man, what's going on?" and he out of here, and I just grabbed him his stuff in double bags, and I went and slept in the laundry room, Rick. And it's freezing, and so I sleep on top of the lawn. I turn on the dryers, and I just sleep on top of the dryers while they're running. It was actually kind of nice. It kind of put me to sleep. And the next day went over, and he forgot all about it, and signed and got my check being sent out. So it ended okay. And I guess you're gone. There you are.
I'm here.
Yeah, so I lived through it with you.
You did what?
I lived through
it? Yeah.
the adventure. Yeah.
And did they pay you in cash or with a check?
Check.
And did they fly your way back, or did you have to get your own ticket and all that?
Remember when I told you I was going to pay for your flight? He didn't pay for my flight either back. So I had to pay for that. Yeah.
Well, so okay.
I still did all right. I did all right. I got some Ben and Jerry's in the fridge. You know, I got some stuff, so I'm good.
You're killing yourself for a month, and it's like I have Ben and Jerry's.
I would have almost paid to do this actually, just for the experience and
It's some great stories.
Yeah, stories. I got stories, Ricky.
Yeah. Well, tell me more about the Bears.
Yeah. Oh,
One of my favorite things where you posted something about the Bears, right? Like Gay Pride was happening in San Diego, and you were like, the Bears are everywhere, and I was just like, oh, come on, man, they're people too.
I think I'd rather fend off a wild bear than one of those bears.
I'm like, come on, they're people. You leave the Bears alone.
Oh yeah, so the last night, I'm laying there, and the mama bear and the 3 cubs were right outside of the shack. Literally, like the plywood's here, my head is laying here, and the bears were like rooting around just outside. I could hear them breathing and everything.
Oh wow.
And so then I'm laying there, and I told my buddy, I go, hey, dude, the bears are out. And he's like, ugh, and just rolled over. He didn't care. And so then about 5 minutes later, I hear my captain. He's like, what are you doing out here? And I guess Nelson, the native kid, was out there, and the bear was like 10 feet away from him. And he shoots off the gun and startles them, and they all run away. That was the last night.
Were there other wildlife, like coyotes or wolves?
Yeah, we had some fox that would visit just about on the daily. You could, a lot of times if we're out in the bathroom, they would come around. There was a trail that they just kind of circled all the camps around there. But oh yeah, the neighbors. So there was neighbors, these native neighbors, and the one guy, his arm didn't work. You know, I think it was his left arm wasn't working. And I asked my captain, I go, hey, what happened to dude? And he's like, oh yeah, him and his brother got into it one day out in their skiff. I guess they were all jugged up and broke it. Messed his arm up so bad he can't use it anymore. And they were both passed out in the skiff, and it was doing a 360 in the bay, in the river. And so they had to call the Coast Guard to lower somebody into the boat to stop the boat because they were all passed out. And their brothers.
I'm start saying that, by the way. I'm all jugged up.
All jugged up. Yeah. Yeah, I got a little jugged up the last night with the boys. I went back, and they brought the boat in, and they were breaking down nets and stuff. So we went out to the pit bar. It says I've never worn a camouflage hat in my life, but I guess now that I've been to Alaska, I'm good. I can wear a camo hat now. And
yeah, totally, yeah.
Yeah. And we went out to the pit bar, had a big old hamburger. Everything's super expensive there too. You go buy a bag of Doritos, like a normal bag, like not a small bag, but like they're like
the big one.
$12, $13. It's insane.
Wow.
Everything's just off the hook expensive.
Wow.
Yeah. But I'll definitely go again. Maybe for salmon next year, or maybe if I get this job in October. So, but then I'll definitely have you up. Yeah, there's a nice sunset. I'll definitely have you up we're gonna at least do 2 or 3 shows up there.
Yeah, I'll go for comedy. I'm not going up for fishing. I'm not bear hunting. I'm not fishing out there. I mean, maybe normal fishing, where you hang out like on the side of a river and you just hold a rod. I was like, I could do that.
Yeah.
But, although I won't get seasick. I was in the Navy for 4 years, so I know I won't get seasick.
There you go.
But,
yeah, man, that was about it. I had a blast. I'd do it again.
Okay.
Okay.
Nice, man. Well, that's awesome, you know.
Oh, I could sit there and you could see bears with binoculars probably like, half mile away from you running out there. It was wild.
That is unbelievable. What's funny is I did not know you were going to Alaska. You just did I saw on Facebook oh, I'm in Alaska. And I was like, what the hell? Like, how did that happen?
Yeah,
You know?
well, somehow I became a digital creator. I think I did it one time, and now it makes your profile pretty public. And so I had a lot of people following me, like just start following me and encouraging me and saying, I did that when I was in my 20s. I don't know how you're doing it in your late 50s.
Yeah. It was just like one day you're surfing like in Mexico, the next day you're hunting or running away from bears in Alaska.
Yeah, you got to live, baby.
You're a TV show.
Well, both of us,
Yes, Bear Grylls.
We've been through some shit. Me and you, dude. We've been through about everything. And what's funny is comedy's still here.
Yeah. Comedy's a constant.
Yeah, not many comedians last as long as we have. That's for sure.
No. They either quit or they die.
It's funny how that happens.
It's unbelievable how many people.
Hey, Ricky, I enjoyed having
people. I'm like the most unhealthy.
Let me see. We've been on a good bit.
Yeah.
Did you have fun?
Good stories. Yeah, nice. I like these.
It's
I
always
like
good to
hearing
see
your
you.
stories.
Yeah. And we'll have you on again. I'm gonna try to.
You do this.
What's that?
I was gonna say, you do this every week.
Yeah, I'm gonna be back to doing it every week.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'll definitely have you back on as a reoccurring guest.
Oh, that sounds good, man. Because we have a lot more than just Alaska stories.
Yeah, we do. We need to do Comedy Store stories.
Well, we have a bunch.
We'll see. We got to get to Kill
cool,
Tony.
man.
We're going to Kill Tony. I'm eventually going to tell my story on Kill Tony. That's kind of my next bucket list. Get on there and tell the story of the bannings and all the ridiculousness.
How many times did we get banned for life for the Comedy Store?
I believe it was 5.
Okay, I can't remember if it was 5 or 6. But I'm a witness, man. You were banned for life like 5 times.
Ridiculous. You helped out with a lot of the ideas and stuff that we did. So you get credit.
Yeah, but I'm just the guy with the ideas. You're the one with the balls that can get it. You know?
Or stupidity, one of the two.
I'm like, it'd be funny if you do this. And you did it. And I was like, holy shit, I can't believe you did that.
Yeah, we'll save that though. I'll definitely have you back in the next month or so. We'll talk about Comedy Store shenanigans.
That sounds great, man. You got to encounter other people who've been talking about it. Because I hear people on podcasts talk about you.
Yeah.
Okay, cool, man. Well, you take care, man.
All right, brother. We'll see you.
Hey,
Take it easy.
Thanks for having me on.
No worries.
Hey, bye.
All right, Joe. Joe, are you there?
Yep. You want to go ahead and wrap it up there, buddy?
Yeah, we're gonna wrap it up. I think we BS for long enough tonight.
All right, man. Well, wrap her up. I'll run the outro, and we'll see everybody next week.
Heck yeah. Thanks again, bro. We'll see you next week.
All right, buddy.
Adios.